They endured the loss of their homes and settled in tents. They endured the snow and its bitter cold, endured the extreme heat and the lack of water and electricity, lost their jobs, lived on food rations, and survived off people's charity. But almost all refugee parents will tell you their children not going to school is one of the most devastating aspects of their refugee life. RAZZAK HMOUD came from Aleppo a year and a half ago. His 14 children have not been to a proper school in 2 years, including 7-year-old Hind and 12-year-old Manal. If they don't learn now, when will they? He says bitterly.
It's a crime that these children are not going to school and learning, but there is not much I can do.
But it hurts, he says. His wife is at a loss for words. In Syria, all my 10 children went to school, says another woman, and they didn't want to leave Syria despite the violence. She forced them to come here. Now, none goes to school. Instead, her daughters now, like many others, are working the fields to help support their families and grant them a shelter in this makeshift settlement. Less than 40% of Syrian refugee children are enrolled at schools across the region. In Lebanon, UNICEF says 70% of refugee children are not receiving any formal education. And the dropout rate is on the rise as the number of refugees increase and the funds to help them decrease. Some of the refugee children are lucky to be enrolled at public schools in Lebanon, but they have to struggle to catch up with a curriculum they are not familiar with. And with more than 1.3 million Syrian refugees in Lebanon, public schools here are oversaturated. Some NGOs offer basic alternative schooling, but the children won't get any credit or certificate for it. Some of the refugee children have not been to schools in 3 years, and it's unlikely they will be able to enroll this year. MUSTAFA HAMDAN's 7 children have not been to school in 2 years as well.
My children's future is destroyed. We used to dream that our children would become doctors or engineers. Now our ambition is to find a place to sleep in and to stay alive till the next day.
His daughter Fatima was due to start college this year. She was top at her class before she came to Lebanon, but she hasn't been able to finish high school.
I studied hard in Syria. I went to school despite the violence. It all went to waste. It's very hard when you're almost there and then it's all destroyed.
A whole generation of Syrians is under threat, and so is the future of Syria. RULA AMIN, Al Jazeera, AKKAR, Northern Lebanon.